So how did you get in the world of voice acting?
I began as a stage actor and learned many skills with the voice, accents, dialects, and whatnot. And someone heard me and asked me to come to a story reading. It was for a Christmas party. I read The Night Before Christmas, but the Cajun version of it. And that party was full of people who wrote and directed for Robotech.
Oh.
And they were very impressed by me and all wanted to talk to me and meet me. And I got on that show, and it's been from there to here.
That sounds amazing. So you've been part of the Kingdom Hearts franchise for quite a while now. What's it like to be part of it and also have your fellow evildoer, Mr. Richard Epcar, here with you this weekend?
Richard Epcar, that loser. I mean, oh, is this thing on? Oh, my. It's great to be a part of the franchise. It's worldwide. I've been in Ireland for 2 conventions, and that's the first character they want to talk about. Richard and I go back to Robotech.
Yeah.
And we're like a married couple, always crying, going after each other. We have a great time.
Alrighty, and you also have been the Spiral King in Gurren Lagann. What was it like being the evil king hero? I mean, because originally he has to be evil in order to try to save humanity, but he then turns into a hero later on down the line when he reveals all the information that's key and critical to the rest of the crew. So what was it like taking on that type of role?
It's always more fun to be the bad guy. There are more dimensions to the evil one and more subtleties, all right? Then it's not that you lose anything when you become the hero, but you always want to keep in mind that there is a little bit of good in that bad person. And when that comes out, then the challenge is to really bring it out as you say, a hero.
All right. Now, it also says in your bio that you're an opera singer. Do you feel your time singing has helped with voice acting and has led to you singing, what led to your singing career? What made you discover that, opera was your way of singing?
Well, at the beginning, I only was in theater and theater for young people. And this was a group called Junior Theater in San Diego, and all they did was musicals. And I'd never sung before. So I thought if I want to work, I suppose I better go in and sing. And the first director said, so Paul has a nice bass baritone voice. From then on, I went from junior theater to the Civic Light Opera, which is what they called Starlight back then. The chorus master in Starlight was the same for the San Diego Opera Company. Yeah. And so I was brought in there to do 4 seasons. It has made a very big difference learning the singing skills, getting the techniques, especially breathing, but also the care of the voice. That has made it possible for me to have the career as long as I have. And there are those that say I don't sound any different than when I did 30 years ago. I can hear it, though.
Alrighty, and it also says that you're a teacher for multiple institutions for vocal work. What's the biggest tip that you give to students when they want to start working on vocal work?
First of all, take care of your voice and learn as much as you can about using it, and then practice, do your vocal work every day. Develop that instrument, make it stronger, because your vocal cords are muscles. Like any other muscle, they can be strengthened, and like any other muscle, they can be damaged.
Oh, that's actually really important. Now it says you also do on-camera work like NCIS, Tim and Eric's Awesome Show, and The Ringer. What's it like to work on these shows, and do you feel your time acting on those has also helped with vocal work?
Essentially, the work I've done as a vocalist, whether singing, speech, teaching, etc., always backs you up very well. The difference it makes when you're working on camera, or on stage for that matter, when you're actually doing something visual, is you don't need to worry about the instrument. You're much more free as an actor, and that's what makes a big difference, again, on camera or on stage. And they sort of support each other. The best part for me, though, is always doing the vocal work. I always enjoy that the most.
Well, I also enjoy it myself when I get to hear it. So you also were in 2 of Toonami's biggest hit shows back in the late 90s, early 2000s with Cowboy Bebop and Trigon. What's it like being in those shows and have impacted fans for over the last 20 years?
It's always enjoyment for us when we're doing the production itself. We enjoy that greatly. One of the nice things is because we've known each other, so many of us over the years, we have all those stories. And all those things we can tell. Plus, we trust each other creatively. What I like about being in what would be considered a franchise or a sort of a long-running show, there is a lot we can talk to the fans about. they really enjoy that part where they follow the characters, follow the storyline. And that really makes it much more enjoyable for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching those. I mean, I've seen Cowboy Bebop, I think, both English and Japanese probably at least 2 times, 3 times. Trigun, I actually did not hear it in Japanese to begin with. I heard it in nothing but English and have only listened to it in English because I've enjoyed it that much over the years. Now, are there any upcoming projects you want fans to know about at this time? We always know about the pesky NDA. So is there anything currently available you want fans to check out, either your opera, see you on stage, or any titles that are currently available for fans?
Well, at this moment, there are certain things, of course, I can't talk. There is more coming up for Naruto. I did a session about a month and a half ago where I did 10 episodes. And then a couple of weeks ago, I did a session with 2 more episodes. And again, I can't say anything beyond that, except that's it. There's more coming. Yeah. Everybody be happy, Let's see. Now that the episode is out, I can talk about One Punch Man. Yeah, and I did an episode in that as Beast King. They're talking about bringing me in for other things, but it might just be for auditioning for roles. And like any other actor, I may get it or I may not.
Yeah. Alrighty, and now is there any way for fans to keep up with you on the internet? And a final message for all your wonderful fans.
First of all, go to my site, the Paul St. Peter fan site. Yeah, see how that works? You can find Paul St. Peter on the... And my message to the fans, thank you so much, a million thank yous, and keep the faith.
Alrighty, thank you so much for talking with us. It's been wonderful and educational. Thank you.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.